rural area and suffer 24/7 in their workplace and at home and street everywhere. So I want to appreciate the country as a country that after Constitution was written in 2015, they wanted a pro-gender constitution. So now 33% women are in the parliament, and this is a global history-breaking record in Nepal. There are women in key powerful position, including president, House Speaker, and Chief of Justice. However, I want to take you to the rural area. Is there any representation from rural area? Not necessarily. The example I can give is last November, there was a 15-year-old girl who died in cowshed or found dead in cowshed in the morning while practicing the menstrual restriction. And same month, 21-year-old mother, I'm gonna enforce that 21-year-old mother died. Baby was alive, but mother died of bleeding to death in the cowshed, because when they bleed, they're impure and they need to stay in the cowshed. So that broke my heart. That's my sister. These are the rural women are the backbone of national economy. So these people are perishing, and those women in power go and talk about it. CNN covered the news, but so far, how many months has passed by, we have not heard anything from the head of the state. So that kind of gives me disappointment, and it's a shaky feeling that Nepal is divided in city area and rural area. Rural women have been living in the same condition forever, and they're the one who work 18 hours a day. They wake up 4:30 in the morning, and they don't go to bed until 11:30. But their employment is gainless. They do not get paid. They grow crops. They raise goats. They raise cows. Husband sells, or husband or father, they sell the crop, and they are in charge of the money and goats and cows and stuff like this. Nepal has 33% of women in parliament. Most of them are from even though there are certain quotas coming from rural, but they live in the city. So they don't really feel the feeling of how it feels to live in rural area day-to-day basis. My opinion, education is the foundation of change. When there are many restrictions in women's lives since the birth, the education falls apart. The girls need to go to cowshed during menstruation, and they will fall out going to the school. When they're 8, 10, 12-year-old, they get puberty, they get period, they get teased, and there is no proper hygiene and sanitation. There is no menstrual health management system. So what it does is that blocks them from going to the school. And when they don't go to school, they are forced into labor pretty much 18 hours a day. And they get married, early marriage, and early child, rearing the family. Because there is no healthcare system in the rural area, they get obstructive labor. I have an example of 40 women being in labor for 40 hours, not being able to deliver a baby, and died at the childbirth. So these are the most painful scenarios. And what it does is that limits their life expectancy. Let's say Nepal's average life expectancy is about 67 years. But these women in rural area, they live from 18 to 20, they die 18 to 20 years earlier than the average life expectancy. I need to wrap up. I have 1 minute. So I'm the biggest fan of CETA. And in order to get to achieve, achieve the goal, empowering women, achieving economic empowerment, achieving, women 50-50 by 2030, all of this will remain in paper, will remain in words if we don't bring those rural women and hear their voice. They may not speak English, they may not be able to afford the travel expenses and all that. Next year, I would like to see these women who live in cowshed to be here and represent. I live in Los Angeles. I've been fortunate to raise my children here. My daughter doesn't suffer the way these girls suffer, but they're all my daughter, they're all my sisters. So thank you very much. We'll have more conversation during the